Derrick Henry. And yesterday he had another great performance. He put up 200 rushing yards on the Jaguars. That's his second 200-yard rushing game of the year. And at this point, I don't think anybody can really say that Derrick Henry is not the best running back in the league. The only guy I think is there is Dalvin Cook. But I take Derrick Henry.
It's tough, bro, because it all depends on what your team is trying to do offensively. Like, when you got guys like Alvin Kamara and Christian McCaffrey, like, you could always say, like, they can do things that Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry can't. Like, you can line up Derrick Henry wide and Christian McCaffrey wide and run them on a route. But, like, I don't really see Derrick Henry being out wide and, like, telling him, yo, run a slant.
Yeah, he's not that type of running
Dalvin
back.
Cook, yo, you like go run like a dig or like, you know, an in and out, like, you know, 5 yard in and out. Like, I don't see him doing that. But, you know, Christian McCaffrey, Kamara, like, they can do that. You can line them up anywhere on the offense, and, you know, they're a threat. So, like, Derrick Henry's a beast, man. You can't deny that. He's a monster. As a running back size, he's fast, strong, best stiff arm in the league. Like, you don't want him running at you. But, like, the way the NFL is going right now with the running back position, it's not just like being a runner. If you're talking about best running back, like, runner in the league, Derrick Henry by far. But, like, what the running back position is now, I don't know. It's tough. Like, you know, you could say, like, you know, is McCaffrey or Kamara up there? Like, obviously Dalvin Cook is, you know, he's up there too. Like, it's just really what I think is what's your system and what are you trying to do? Who you got on the outside? Like, are you a run heavy team? Like, you know, Titans, they want to, you know, they're running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not a secret. Vikings, they're running the ball. Like, the Saints, you know, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff with Kamara. Like, the Panthers, a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, it's tough, man. Like, but, like, runner, though, he is the best runner.
The only reason I wouldn't pick Kamara is because even though Kamara is a great receiving back, I don't think he's a 3-down back. Like, he's not.
You're right. That's why they put in Latavius Murray.
They use Latavius Murray for those instances, and when you just look at Derrick Henry, he leads the NFL in rushing, 1,500 rushing yards. Last year he had 1,500 rushing yards and 16 touchdowns. This year he has 14 touchdowns, tied first with Dalvin Cook. He has the most 20-yard runs in the NFL. He's only fumbled once, and Dalvin Cook has fumbled 3 times. And when you talk about the running back position and teams wanting to pay for that position, we know that teams are very hesitant to pay top dollar for running backs.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, like, he just got hurt, so you don't.
He was about to get a bag.
Exactly. Derrick Henry has lived up to every penny of his contract.
100%.
When you look at the top 5 runners, the top 5 guys that are getting paid the most, it's Ezekiel Elliott, which I don't think he deserves that. You know, especially the way he flopped on my fantasy team this past week.
Yeah.
You know, against the Bengals.
Yeah.
So Zeke has not been that level of player for like 2 years now.
Definitely trending down.
Mm-hmm. Christian McCaffrey, I love him, but he's been hurt all year.
Bro, screwed me in one of my leagues, man.
And then Alvin Kamara, I like him. He deserves that money, but he's not. I don't think he's a 3-down back, and Dalvin deserves it. But Derrick Henry, the only reason I put him over those other guys is because he's the only one I feel like has had dominant performances in the playoffs and has carried his team in the playoffs.
100%.
This past playoffs, he had 446 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he damn near beat the Ravens single-handedly and the Patriots. Yeah. Like, he was dominating them.
Yeah, 100%. That is facts. Like you said, his resume speaks for itself. And, like, you want him on your team, 100%. But I just think that having him on your team limits you to being able to pass to the running back. Because you do know, like you said, like we both agree, 3rd down, 3rd and 1, you know you're running the ball with Derrick Henry. Like, 9 times out of 10, they're running the ball.
At least they should.
They should.
Yeah.
They should. But, like, if it's like a 1st down, let's say, and like your guys on the outside are struggling, you're not really going to look to him as a, like, let's get you the ball in space, whatever. No, it's like, let's get you through the tackles and, you know, do what you do best. But, like, you do got a good point. Like, third down is third and short is one of the hardest things to do right now in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And having a back like him gives you an advantage every single time. Because all he's got to do is fall forward, man. Like, he's a big guy.
And that's why the only person I think has competition, especially this year, for that best running back spot is Dalvin Cook, especially with what he's doing with that mediocre offensive line in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's very, like you said, it's a very subjective question. It's really based on preference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people prefer different backs. I know some people aren't very sold on Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I know a lot of people, you ask them that question, they're going to say, without a hesitation, McCaffrey.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, he was a 1K rusher and 1K receiver as well. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like that only goes so far because when you're that type of level, because McCaffrey, I don't feel like he can do what Derrick Henry could do because he's not as big, and I don't think he can have those dominant running performance that I've seen Derrick Henry has. Because Derrick Henry, even when they stuff
200-yard rushing game is
like even when they stuff the line, it's like Derrick Henry finds a way to break tackles, and once he gets to the second level. If there's one guy to miss, he's not gonna try to make a miss. He's just gonna truck him and run him over and then go.
Yeah, that's
like Derrick Henry is a super shifty back, a strong back. He's 6'4".
Even if you get him in space, bro, he's out running like safeties.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Like he's just a freak of nature, bro. And I feel like I don't know, man. I would take Derrick Henry. Earlier in the year, I actually picked Dalvin as like the best running back that's having the best season. But I think Derrick Henry has surpassed him these past couple of weeks at least.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like who doesn't want Derrick Henry now? I just think, why? Like, it might be a little too early to say because, the Titans lost a lot of games they should not have lost this year. And the Vikings won games this year that they shouldn't have won.
And lost, too.
Yeah, like that game against the Packers, the Vikings played. Like, Dalvin Cook led them to that win. Like, he had over 100 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. That was all him. But then again, you look yesterday, that's all Derrick Henry. That win is solely because, Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown had a great touchdown grab, but, without that 200 rushing yards, they probably don't win the game. Like, what he had, 3 touchdowns? 3 rushing touchdowns yesterday?
2. I'm pretty sure he had 2, yeah.
Regardless, that's 14 points just from him.
Exactly.
That's big.
Mm-hmm. But not everybody's doing that.
I just think it's preference, man. Like, what is your team trying to do, and what is the system you're trying to run? Like, I think he would fit in most teams in the NFL right now, especially in the NFC. And in the AFC, for what they're doing, the Titans, great fit. He could even fit great with the Ravens. They're a power run team. He would be great there. But
when you talk about Kansas City, it wouldn't be such a great fit.
Not at all. They wouldn't CEH. He's their first, second down back, but they got Lev Bell to throw the ball to him. You put Derrick Henry there, it's his touches are gonna go down, his yards, everything. So it wouldn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Maybe even somewhere like the Steelers, he could shine still.
He has to be a feature back. He can't be used as a third down running back. He has to be the feature guy, and I feel like anywhere he goes, he should be the feature guy because he's just that good. Mm-hmm.